So I wanted to tell you this story because it's part of becoming who I am. It's part of what shaped me into where I am today. And you don't forget that. You don't forget when someone goes to jail for you. And so I bailed him out. And he has never, ever since that point in time, that was his first and his last credit card scam. And so I want you to think about your own life and becoming who you are. And some of the things that took place in your life that led up to where you are in this exact moment right now. Listening to my voice on this Google Hangout on this Friday night, November 2014, November 21st, I believe. And so, last but not least, I want to leave you with this. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you used to be a criminal. It doesn't matter if you used to be whatever you used to be, whatever you are now. It does not matter. You can still become something better. You can still become something different. I believe that people are inherently good. See, when I was doing crime, when I was doing that credit card stuff, I wasn't a bad guy. I wasn't killing anybody, but it was still crime. I was still good with kids. I was still good with people still liked me. I was still a likable person. And there's more to that story. I have other stories to add to that story that you can ask me when you see me at the next event in Myrtle Beach. Revolution. And so, tonight, this Friday night, as you think about how you are becoming who you are, how you are becoming something better than what you are, and if you're into motivation, personal development, because you realize and you understand that if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not growing as a person, if you're not growing if you're not bettering yourself, if you're not becoming a little bit better each day, if you're not learning a little bit of knowledge and then applying that knowledge each day, if you're not growing as a person, you're just stagnant or you're just dying. It's like a flower. What happens to a flower if you don't water it? It dies. If you don't feed it, it dies. What happens to an animal, if a dog or a cat, if you don't feed it, it dies. What happens, if you're a Christian, what happens if you don't feed your spirit? Your spirit dies. Same thing with building a business online and acquiring those skills and becoming who you are. You have to feed yourself so that you can grow. Because how can you expect to lead others? How can you expect to build an organization or team if you're not growing? If the leader is not growing, how can the followers grow? And so I thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Friday night. And I want you to know that if you enjoyed, if you liked this Google Hangout, you are going to love what I have in store for you next week. I'm reading a book called The 4-Hour Workweek, and I'm also reading a book called The Art of Persuasion, I think it's called. And here's what I do. Part of becoming who I am. I'm going to leave you with this last note, this last idea, this last concept. When the next time you go to Walmart or to go to any store, anywhere, and there's a line, I want you to observe the people around you. I want you to look at the people in line. If you're at the bank, look at the people around you. If you're at a fast food restaurant and there's a line, look at the people around you. Anywhere that there's a long line, observe the people. What are they doing? They're either talking to someone else, or they're staring into space. Or if you go to the bank and there's a long line, the people in the line are just staring at the people that are working behind the counter. They don't even know they're doing it, but they're just staring at the people. And even at Walmart, and the long lines, they're just staring at the cashier. And I know because I've been a cashier before. And when you're a cashier, when I was younger, I was a cashier. When you're a cashier and there's a long line, you can just feel the people just staring at you like, why is this taking so long? It's like you can just feel their minds, their spirits just pounding on you when you're a cashier. And so I want you to look at people around you the next time you're out in public and standing in a line. And if you're like me, if you see me, here's what you'll see. You will see me staring at my phone, at my smartphone. But I'm not on Facebook. I might be sending a text. But if I'm in a long line, what I'm doing is I'm reading. I'm reading one of my books on my phone. Because I'm constantly becoming who I am. I'm constantly growing as a person. I'm constantly growing as a business owner. I'm constantly growing as an entrepreneur. I'm constantly developing those millionaire skills. I'm constantly building that. I'm constantly planning before I'm a multi-quadruple millionaire. I'm constantly planning for that. And so if you're like me, you're one of those people that is reading a book on their smartphone. You're making the most of every single moment when you're out in public. Most people do not know what to do with their minds. They do not know how to occupy their minds. That's why they're so impatient in line at Walmart or anywhere for that matter. So what I want you to do, your task, your millionaire becoming who you are task for this week is download a book, a PDF from the internet to your smartphone. And every time you're in line at the bank, or you're in line at Walmart, or you're in traffic, or wherever, whatever, anytime you're in a line, read that book. Be reading it constantly. And watch who you become after 21 days, after 30 days, after 6 months of doing that. And this is in addition to when you sit down at night and you read, or when you sit down during the daytime for 30 minutes or an hour and you read. Every moment, just take a look and observe people. And you notice all the people around you, no one is reading. No one reads. Everyone is either staring into space, staring at the cashier, or talking to someone else in line. But most people are just standing there with no look on their faces. Watch them as you're reading. Look up. Look at the people around you, what they're doing with their time while they're in line. So my final question for you is, are you becoming who you are? I am becoming who I am. I am becoming who I am. I'm going to share with you a couple of my affirmations really quick. I'm going to share the first three. The first three affirmations is, I am a traffic tracking master. Number 2, I am a video sales master. Number 3, I am an ambiguous language master. And I have 10 of them. And these are the things that I tell myself every single day, every single night. These are what I tell myself. These are the things. And so, thank you once again for listening, for tuning in tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me and getting some of these nuggets. I hope that you got some value from what you heard tonight. I hope that you can take it and apply it, that you would apply some of what you heard in your own life, in your own business, in your own organization. And start becoming who you are. Start becoming who you want to be. Start becoming the person, the millionaire next door. Here's what I see myself as. I am the rich uncle. Everyone has a rich uncle. Well, almost everyone has a rich uncle or rich aunt, or someone rich in their family. That's who I am. That's who I am becoming. That's who I am. That's who I'm becoming. That's who I am. I'm the rich uncle for my nieces and nephews. I am the rich uncle. Who are you?